As we step into the future of cinema, Netflix continues to be a powerhouse of original content, offering a diverse range of movies that captivate, challenge, and entertain. Here's a curated list of the top 10 Netflix original movies that are a must-watch in 2024. Godzilla Minus One. Godzilla Minus One marks a return to the roots of the Godzilla franchise, offering a poignant and reflective look at the aftermath of war through the lens of a kaiju disaster film. Set in 1946, the movie follows a group of ex-military men, led by the spiritually depleted Koichi Shikishima, as they confront the colossal Godzilla, who threatens to obliterate what remains of Tokyo. The film is a departure from the recent trend of high-octane, special effects-laden blockbusters. Instead, it opts for a more conventional approach, focusing on the human element amidst the chaos. Koichi, portrayed with a compelling mix of vulnerability and determination by Ryunosuke Kamiki, is the heart of the narrative. His survivor's guilt and the burden of leadership are palpable, lending the film an emotional depth that resonates with the audience. The supporting cast, including Hidetaka Yoshioka as Kenji Noda and Muntake Aoki as Sosaka Tachibana, deliver nuanced performances that hint at the inner turmoil of individuals scarred by war. The female characters, though less developed, provide additional layers to Koichi's motivations, with Minami Hamabe's Noriko Ueshi and Issei Nagatani's Akiko offering glimpses into the personal stakes of the battle against Godzilla. Visually, Godzilla Minus One is a testament to the power of practical effects and restrained CGI. The film's aesthetic is gritty and grounded, reflecting the somber mood of post-war Japan. Godzilla himself is treated with reverence, his presence both inspiring and terrifying. The strategic use of Akira Ifukube's iconic score from the original Gojira further enhances the nostalgic and epic feel of the movie. Critics have praised Godzilla Minus One for its well-calibrated tone and action sequences that manage to be both thrilling and meaningful. The film's portrayal of Godzilla as a symbol of nuclear devastation remains as relevant today as it was in 1954, and the movie's reflection on Japan's cultural memory of the war adds a layer of historical significance. In conclusion, Godzilla Minus One is a standout entry in the Godzilla canon. It is a film that respects its origins while offering a fresh perspective on the enduring themes of loss, resilience, and the human spirit's capacity to rise from the ashes. With its blend of compelling storytelling, strong performances, and respectful treatment of the titular monster, Godzilla Minus One is not just a must-watch for fans of the genre, but for anyone who appreciates cinema that thoughtfully bridges the gap between entertainment and introspection. The 40-year-old version. The 40-year-old version is a semi-autobiographical tour de force from writer, director, and star Radha Blank. It's a film that deftly balances humor and pathos, offering a deeply personal narrative that resonates universally. Radha, the protagonist, grapples with the pressures of turning 40 while striving to reignite her once promising career as a playwright in New York City. Radha Blank delivers a breakout performance, portraying her namesake's vulnerability and resilience with a raw honesty that captivates from the first frame to the last. The film's black and white cinematography adds a timeless quality, while occasional bursts of color underscore pivotal moments in Radha's journey. The narrative is a poignant commentary on the artistic struggle, particularly within the African-American community. It explores themes of authenticity, compromise, and the often uncomfortable intersection of art and commerce. Radha's transition from playwright to rapper, adopting the moniker Radhamas Prime, is not just a career pivot but a profound act of self-discovery. Supporting characters, like Archie, played by Peter Y. Kim, add layers of complexity and humor, highlighting the importance of friendship and loyalty in the face of adversity. The film's sharp wit is matched by its emotional depth, as Radha confronts societal expectations and her own self-doubt. Critics have lauded the 40-year-old version for its authenticity and the fresh perspective it brings to the screen. It's a film that doesn't shy away from the messiness of life, instead embracing it to create a narrative that is both specific and universal. In conclusion, the 40-year-old version is a standout piece of cinema that marks Radha Blank as a formidable talent in filmmaking. It's a movie that entertains and enlightens, reminding us of the transformative power of art and the enduring spirit of the artist. His House 2020. His House is a harrowing and innovative horror film that transcends the genre to deliver a powerful commentary on the refugee experience. Directed by Remy Weeks, the film follows a South Sudanese couple, Bal and Riol, played by Sopta Risu and Wonmi Mosaku, as they attempt to adjust to their new life in an English town after escaping war-torn South Sudan. However, they soon discover that their new home harbors an evil that is as relentless as the ghosts of their past. The film opens with a chilling scene that sets the tone for the rest of the narrative. Bal wakes from a nightmare, and the exchange with his wife Rial immediately introduces us to the shared trauma that haunts their marriage. This trauma is both literal and metaphorical, as the couple grapples with the loss of their daughter and the specters that have followed them from South Sudan. Week's direction is masterful, blending traditional horror elements with the poignant story of immigration and assimilation. The house itself becomes a character, its dilapidated walls and dark corners a manifestation of the couple's psychological state. The scares are genuine and frequent, but they never overshadow the film's emotional core. The performances by Dirisu and Mosaku are nothing short of remarkable. Dirisu's portrayal of Ballad is a complex mix of determination and desperation, as he clings to the hope of a new beginning. Mosaku's Rial is equally compelling, her strength and complexity adding depth to the narrative. Their chemistry is palpable, making their struggle all the more affecting. His house also tackles the issue of assimilation and the pressure to be one of the good ones, a phrase that is repeated throughout the film and serves as a reminder of the microaggressions the couple faces. This social commentary is woven seamlessly into the fabric of the story, enhancing the film's impact without feeling preachy. The film's visual style is striking, with Weeks using the contrast between light and shadow to great effect. The use of sound is also noteworthy, with the creaks and groans of the house adding to the atmosphere of dread. The film's climax is both terrifying and cathartic, delivering a resolution that is satisfying yet open-ended. In conclusion, His House is a standout film that uses the horror genre to explore themes of loss, guilt, and the search for belonging. It is a thought-provoking and chilling debut from Remy Weeks that will linger with viewers long after the credits roll. With its strong performances, intelligent direction, and meaningful narrative, His House is a must-watch for fans of horror and cinema alike. Miss Juneteenth 2020 Miss Juneteenth, directed by Channing Godfrey Peoples, is a poignant and beautifully crafted film that delves into the dreams and realities of a former beauty queen named Turquoise Jones, played by Nicole Beharie. The film is set in Fort Worth, Texas, and revolves around the Miss Juneteenth pageant, a competition that offers a college scholarship to young African-American women. Turquoise, a single mother, projects her aspirations onto her rebellious teenage daughter, Kai, portrayed by Alexis Chikais. Turquoise's past glories and present struggles are depicted with a delicate balance of nostalgia and stark reality. The film opens with Turquoise reminiscing about her pageant days, a moment that is both intimate and telling of the life she once had and the life she now leads. The narrative is a familiar one, with the mother-daughter dynamic at its core, but People's direction and the nuanced performances elevate Miss Juneteenth above the cliché. Beharie's portrayal of Turquoise is a standout, bringing depth and authenticity to a character who is fiercely determined to provide a better future for her daughter, despite the financial and emotional hardships she faces. The film's visual storytelling is compelling, with the vibrant hues of the pageant world contrasting sharply with the muted tones of Turquoise's daily life. The cinematography captures the essence of the community and the weight of the traditions that the Miss Juneteenth pageant represents. Critics have praised Miss Juneteenth for its heartfelt depiction of motherhood, the resilience of its characters, and the celebration of cultural traditions. It's a film that resonates with sincerity and struggle, free from harsh judgment or stereotypes. The movie is an absorbing celebration of futures, culture, and family, offering a narrative that is as much about honoring one's roots as it is about forging one's path. In conclusion, Miss Juneteenth is a moving and authentic film that captures the complexities of life, ambition, and the bonds of family. It's a story that is both specific to its setting and universal in its themes, making it a must-watch for those who appreciate cinema that reflects real life with grace and dignity. Under the Shadow 2016 emerges as a chilling narrative set against the backdrop of post-revolutionary Tehran during the Iran-Iraq War. Directed by Babak Anvari, the film is a compelling blend of horror and historical drama that delves into the psyche of a mother and daughter grappling with the terrors of war and the supernatural. The film follows Shida, played by Nargis Rashidi, and her daughter Dorsa, portrayed by Avin Manshadi, as they endure the escalating tensions of the war and the eerie disturbances within their apartment. Shida's struggle is multifaceted. She faces the external threat of missiles, the internal strife of a strained marriage, and the societal constraints imposed on women in the 1980s Iran. Anvari's storytelling is masterful, weaving together the political and the paranormal to create a tapestry of fear and anxiety. The film's horror elements are not just for scares, they serve as metaphors for the pervasive dread of living in a war zone and the unseen scars it leaves on its survivors. The performances are exceptional, with Rashidi delivering a nuanced portrayal of a woman defiant against both human and supernatural forces. Manshadi's performance as Dorsa is equally impressive, capturing the innocence and confusion of a child caught in the throes of chaos. The sound design plays a crucial role in the film's atmosphere, with the constant background noise of war contrasting with the deafening silence of the supernatural encounters. The use of silence is particularly effective, amplifying the sense of isolation and suspense. Under the Shadow also touches on cultural folklore, introducing the menacing presence of a jinn. This element of Middle Eastern mythology adds a layer of cultural specificity to the film, making it a standout in the horror genre. The film's setting is a character in itself, with the apartment building becoming a claustrophobic space that mirrors Shida's mental state. The missile strikes and the haunting presence within the walls create a relentless sense of dread that is both tangible and psychological. Critics have praised Under the Shadow for its ability to blend genres seamlessly, delivering a horror film with timely themes and thought-provoking social subtext. It's a movie that is as much about the horrors of war as it is about the ghosts that haunt us, both literally and figuratively. In conclusion, Under the Shadow is a supremely scary and intelligent film that offers a fresh perspective on horror. It's a poignant parable of supernatural invasion that resonates with real-world fears, making it a must-watch for fans of the genre and cinephiles alike. All Quiet on the Western Front 2022. The 2022 adaptation of Eric Maria Remarque's classic novel, All Quiet on the Western Front, directed by Edward Berger, is a poignant and visceral portrayal of the futility and brutality of war. This German-made film, unlike its predecessors, dives straight into the trenches of World War I, presenting an unflinching look at the young soldier's experiences through the eyes of the protagonist, Paul Bäumer, played by Felix Kammerer. Berger's rendition is noted for its stark realism and harrowing battle scenes, which are both technically impressive and emotionally impactful. The film strips away any romanticism of war, focusing instead on the raw and often gruesome reality faced by soldiers. It's a narrative that is as timely as it is timeless, reminding viewers of the horrors that come with conflict. Kammerer's performance as Bäumer is remarkable, capturing the transformation of an eager, young recruit into a war-weary veteran. The film's supporting cast also delivers powerful performances, portraying the camaraderie and despair of men in the trenches. The cinematography is another aspect where All Quiet on the Western Front excels. The camera work immerses the audience in the battlefield, with long tracking shots that navigate through the chaos and carnage. The sound design complements this, with the cacophony of battle creating an almost palpable sense of danger. While the film is a technical marvel, some critics have pointed out that the character's development may not be as deep as in the novel. However, this does not detract from the overall impact of the movie, as the focus remains firmly on conveying the collective experience of the soldiers rather than individual backstories. The addition of a parallel storyline involving the German Vice-Chancellor Matthias Erzberger's attempts to broker peace adds a political dimension to the film. This subplot provides context to the war's endgame and the desperation for peace, though it is a departure from Remarque's original narrative. In conclusion, the 2022 adaptation of All Quiet on the Western Front is a powerful cinematic experience that captures the essence of Remarque's anti-war message. It's a film that is both an outstanding update to an all-time classic and a sobering reminder of the cost of war. With its compelling storytelling, strong performances, and impressive production values, it stands as a significant contribution to the war film genre. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs 2018. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, directed by the acclaimed Coen brothers, is an anthology film that presents itself as a storybook come to life, with each chapter offering a unique tale set in the Old West. The film is a collection of 6 short stories, each with its distinct flavor of Coen-esque dark humor and existential musings. The opening vignette, from which the film takes its name, stars Tim Blake Nelson as Buster Scruggs, a singing cowboy whose cheerful demeanor belies his deadly skills with a gun. This segment sets the tone for the anthology, blending slapstick comedy with sudden, shocking violence, a juxtaposition that is quintessentially Coen. James Franco appears in the second story as a hapless bank robber, leading to a punchline that is both darkly comic and emblematic of the Coen's brand of storytelling. The segment titled Meal Ticket, featuring Liam Neeson and Harry Melling, takes a more somber turn, exploring the lengths to which one might go to survive in a harsh and uncaring world. Tom Waits delivers a standout performance in All Gold Canyon, a Jack London-inspired tale that celebrates the perseverance and grit of a lone prospector. The penultimate story, The Gal Who Got Rattled, features Zoe Kazan in a narrative that is perhaps the most traditionally structured of the anthology, offering a bittersweet romance set against the backdrop of a wagon train journey. The final chapter, The Mortal Remains, is a metaphysical conversation piece that takes place in a stagecoach, where passengers discuss life, death, and the hereafter. This segment encapsulates the film's overarching theme, the omnipresence of death in the Old West, and the various ways individuals confront their mortality. Critics have noted the film's stunning visuals, with breathtaking landscapes that bring the beauty and brutality of the frontier to life. The Coen's use of classic Western tropes and archetypes is both an homage and a critique, as they play with audience expectations and subvert traditional narratives. In essence, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs is a meditation on the human condition, set against the unforgiving and chaotic backdrop of the American frontier. It's a film that combines the Coen's signature wit with a profound sense of melancholy, resulting in a work that is as thought-provoking as it is entertaining. While the anthology format may lead to a somewhat disjointed viewing experience, the strength of the individual stories and the thematic through-line of mortality and fate provide a cohesive whole. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs is a testament to the Coen brothers' storytelling prowess and their ability to find humor and humanity in the darkest of circumstances. Dune. Part 2. 2020. For Dune, Part 2 continues the epic saga of Paul Atreides and his journey on the desert planet of Arrakis. Directed by Denis Villeneuve, this sequel to the Oscar-winning 2021 film is described as massive, a term that encapsulates the grandeur and scale of the production. The film picks up closely on the heels of the first, with the Fremen still mourning the loss of Jamis as they transport his body home, setting the stage for the unfolding drama. Timothée Chalamet reprises his role as Paul Atreides, whose character arc from a nervous young man to a potential leader is at the forefront of the narrative. The sequel sees Paul embracing his role within the Fremen, taking on the tribal name of Muad'Dib, and vowing vengeance against the Harkonnens for his father's death. His relationship with Chani, played by Zendaya, deepens as he passes the tests put before him by the Fremen and integrates into their society. The film's visual storytelling is nothing short of spectacular, with critics noting that it needs to be seen on the biggest screen possible. Villeneuve's ambition and the collaboration with top-tier craftspeople have resulted in a superior follow-up that locates significantly higher stakes on Arrakis. The battle sequences are particularly praised for their operatic nature, as bodies fall from the sky and enormous ships burst into flames. Stellan Skarsgård and Dave Bautista return as the menacing Harkonnens, with Skarsgård's portrayal likened to a blend between Nosferatu and Jabba the Hutt. The conflict between the Fremen and the Harkonnens over control of Arrakis serves as a dramatic backdrop to the personal journey of Paul Atreides. Dune. Part 2 is also recognized for injecting humor and nuanced themes about power and fanaticism into the old-fashioned storytelling, offering more than a simple savior or chosen one story. The film is a robust piece of filmmaking that reminds audiences that broad-scale blockbusters can be done with artistry and flair. In conclusion, Dune. Part 2 is an exceptional sci-fi spectacle that transcends a typical hero story and becomes a force of nature. It is a reminder of the power of cinema to transport us to other worlds and immerse us in the mythic journeys of its characters. With its intelligent and provocative twist on the journey of a chosen one, Dune. Part 2 is a masterful continuation of the Dune saga that is not to be missed. The Beekeeper 2024. The Beekeeper is a film that stands out in the action genre, not just for its adrenaline-pumping sequences but also for its unique blend of vengeance and vigilante justice. Directed by David Ayer and starring Jason Statham as Adam Clay, the movie takes us on a journey of retribution that is both personal and profound. Adam Clay is a character shrouded in mystery, an ex-commando whose past is as enigmatic as his present. Living a quiet life as a beekeeper, his world is upended when tragedy strikes close to home. Felicia Rashad delivers a compelling performance as Eloise Parker, Adam's confidant and mother figure, whose victimization by a tech scam sets the stage for Adam's crusade against the perpetrators. Statham's portrayal of Adam is a testament to his ability to convey depth with minimalism. His character's transformation from a solitary beekeeper to a relentless avenger is executed with a precision that is both believable and engaging. The film's action sequences are quintessential Statham, showcasing his physicality and presence in every frame. The narrative is straightforward yet effective, with Adam's quest for justice leading him through a series of confrontations that escalate in intensity. The film's antagonists, a group of tech-savvy criminals, are a reflection of contemporary fears, making The Beekeeper a timely piece that resonates with current societal concerns. Ayer's direction ensures that the film never loses its pace, maintaining tension and excitement throughout. The action is well choreographed, with each set piece outdoing the last. However, some critics have noted that while the action is thrilling, it occasionally feels repetitive and lacks the freshness that the premise promises. The Beekeeper also delves into themes of society and order, drawing parallels between the organization of a beehive and the necessity of ensuring a functioning society. These philosophical undertones add a layer of complexity to what could have been a straightforward action flick. In conclusion, The Beekeeper is a film that delivers on its promise of a brutal and satisfying action experience. It combines the thrill of high-octane sequences with a narrative that touches on relevant social issues. Statham's performance, along with Ayer's direction, makes for a movie that is both entertaining and thought-provoking, proving that action cinema can still offer something fresh and impactful. Madame Web 2024, directed by S.J. Clarkson and starring Dakota Johnson as Cassandra Cassie Webb, is a film that has sparked a spectrum of reactions from audiences and critics alike. The movie introduces us to Cassie, a paramedic in New York City who, after a near-death experience, discovers she has the ability to foresee the future. Johnson's portrayal of Cassie Webb is a highlight, bringing a mix of charm and exasperation to her role as she navigates her newfound abilities. The film takes a low-stakes approach to the superhero origin story, which, while not groundbreaking, provides a refreshing change from the typical high-stakes narratives that dominate the genre. The narrative structure of Madame Web is built around Cassie's visions, which lead her to protect three teenagers from a grim future. The suspense-driven thriller aspect of the film is well executed, particularly in a sequence set in Grand Central Terminal, where Cassie's powers fully manifest in a race against time to prevent a violent attack. However, the film has faced criticism for its predictable plot and uneven execution, with some reviewers finding the dialogue laden with exposition that sometimes veers into the realm of unintentional comedy. Despite these criticisms, Madame Web has been praised for its earnest approach and breezy pacing, which keeps the film engaging. Tahar Rahim's performance as the antagonist Ezekiel Sims adds a layer of intrigue, though his motivations and the explanation of his own visions have drawn some laughs for their straightforwardness. The supporting cast, including Sydney Sweeney, Isabella Merced, and Celeste O'Connor, bring vitality to their roles as the teens entwined in Cassie's destiny. Visually, the film has moments of chaos, particularly in its explosive conclusion, which some have found to be a bit too chaotic, detracting from the overall experience. Yet, the commitment to the artistic vision and the performances have been noted as redeeming factors that contribute to an enjoyable viewing experience. In conclusion, Madame Web is a film that, while not without its flaws, offers an entertaining take on the superhero origin story. Dakota Johnson's performance, combined with the film's pacing and moments of genuine suspense, make it a worthwhile watch for those looking for a superhero film that doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a movie that may not redefine the genre, but certainly adds a distinctive flavor to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.